Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Knighthawks Media Availability as we have head coach Mike Hasen and Knighthawks captain Dan Coates here with us today as we get ready to head to Vancouver this upcoming weekend to take on the Warriors to finish off a home and home stretch against them over the last 2 weeks. Hazer, I'll start out with you. Just obviously practice on Tuesday earlier this week. Just how are the guys in terms of getting ready for a reset to go back up against the same team this week?
Yeah, I think we're excited at the opportunity to again show what we actually are. I thought practice was really good. There was a really good pace, a little extra pop in our step, and just a little bit I think a little more focused determination on what we got to do this weekend.
When you are in these games, you talked a lot about the emotion and kind of maybe getting away from what you wanted to do at certain times in that second half of that game and as you got into it. Just what are the keys to kind of removing emotion as much as possible in this preparation week?
Yeah, again, last week happened and it's over. You know what I mean? Like we just got to make sure that we're continually focused on the moment. And I know Coach does a really good job of reminding us and kind of resettling us back in if like I say things start to shift either way, get too high, get too low. But yeah, we just gotta again, we weren't last weekend. We're not what we didn't play the way we are. So I think it's for us to again to simplify it in my own mind, I guess, is that just keep it real simple. Let's, move forward, cross check on the defensive side of things, offensively, work downhill, get through the middle, move the ball, and things will take care of itself from there.
Awesome. Coatsy, for you, obviously, this longer road trip that comes up now, going a bit farther, just not the first, not the last trip to the West Coast this season either. Just kind of what do you take with those opportunities when you get this farther trip for the group?
Yeah, I guess I look at it as another opportunity to bond with the guys. I think it's always good opportunity for us to get on the road, and um, I think maybe what media or fans don't see is this is a lot of times the only opportunity we get to really kind of know our teammates. Right? It's we're flying on Friday, we're out on the Sunday, so maybe a 5 hour trip out to Vancouver with a lot of your teammates, it goes a long way. So nothing changes on our end as far as what our preparation is, but we're looking forward to getting back out west.
Awesome. Adam, I'll open it up to you.
Hi guys. I just have obviously two big questions on the issue that has taken the lacrosse world by storm, and I'll keep them short, and you guys can answer them in however you like. Obviously, has there been any update from the National Lacrosse League in regards to how they have decided to penalize or not penalize Rylan Hartley for the hit?
No, we have not heard officially from them yet. That usually comes out at some point this afternoon.
And in regards to if the if the decision is deemed that a match penalty or a suspension will be upheld, is there an attempt, or obviously it's due to the NLLPA, they work with you, but will it be something that will want to be appealed by the team and the PA?
I think the PLPA takes first precedent on that. So we'll sit and wait and watch what the due process is and allow the due process to happen. And just kind of go from there.
Perfect. And that's my last on that stuff. From a game standpoint, obviously, like you said, the past weekend's performance wasn't indicative of what you guys are capable of, especially from the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Vancouver does have a great defense and goaltender, but 6 goals is definitely below the average. So, what is kind of the strategy to turn things around after a performance like that?
Yeah, you know what? I think first and foremost is that, we're not usually good coming out of a bye week. It takes us a little bit of time to adjust and get our feet underneath us. And again, unfortunately, we had another bye week leading to, playing against a really good team. So I think A, that's going to help. I think B, again, getting kicked in the nuts is going to be a great read, and I've liked the way when I like our responses coming out of situations like that and games like that. We've always play better with that. So again, two on the emotional side of things. Um, and like say for the most part, it's offensively anyways, we got to make sure we're working downhill. We played into their strength, which is a big physical D, and we stayed in front of them all night long. We got to make sure we're getting through the middle. The other thing is our spacing on the floor. We got to do a better job of again positioning ourselves on ball and off ball in different spots and attacking in different areas and putting them on our heels versus allowing what we did last week was allow them just to set up, get tight, look at us the entire time in the 30-second shot clock, and have the ability to match up. Defensively, we're going to go forward. We're going to be physical, and we're going to take away time and space and work as a group. And I know, like I say, our goaltending is going to make a few more stops for us at the end of the day. I think overall as a group, it's it's a great opportunity to see what we're about as individuals, as a team. And I know I, for one, am excited to see what our response is going to be against Vancouver this weekend.
And then, Dan, and thank you so much, Coach, for the time. Dan, just one question quickly here for you. Obviously, with the emotionality of last week's game and now having a repeat the week after, as the leader of this team, there's always potential for things to spill over into the following game, especially when it's back to back. As a leader, how do you address the messaging to your teammates and say, let's keep our composure, let's make sure that we don't let things get out of hand?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we have to know that the 2 points is the most important thing at the end of the day. We have to be process driven, and obviously that's a part of the game that some of that stuff happens, and um, usually happens organically in the heat of the moment, and it's just part of it. It's been around for years, but at the same time, we know how important this game is. Um, Certainly, Vancouver's kind of had our way these last couple of years, and it's a great opportunity, like Coach Hasen said, to see how we respond as a group. Um, but we have to control what we can control and not let things outside of that dictate how we're feeling on the bench, and just know that we have another shift coming, and you keep stacking those over 60 minutes, the result will take care of itself.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. And sorry to have to ask these kinds of questions. It's part of the job. Thank you
All
guys so much
good.
for your time.
Spencer?
Hazer, as of right now, as obviously there hasn't been any word from the league yet, who is your starting goaltender on Saturday night?
Uh, right now, as we sit here today, probably Ryan Hartley, but again, we're not entirely sure of the due process here, so we'll see what happens. Go from there.
And one for Coatsy. Coatsy, last year after the Vancouver game, there wasn't a whole lot of direction with where this franchise was going to go. Now, as you're heading back to Vancouver, is there a sense of gratitude that you still have a team in Rochester?
100%. I think every one of us in that locker room are just so grateful the fact that we get to spend our time together, get to compete with one another. Um, we all care about one another, and our ownership group's been nothing but supportive. And seeing them at every home game, coming out to our training camp, there's a deep sense of gratitude, and we're just so fortunate enough to be in this position.
Thank you. That's all I got.
Rip?
I'm all set.
All right, awesome. Coatsy, one more for you before we wrap up here. Adam Thistlethwaite activated on today on the roster. Just over the course of this season, obviously he's been that first rookie to really get into games and be a presence for the squad. Also has that player tag or practice player tag removed today, so a bit more of a staple with this group. How have you seen him just grow over the course of the season?
Yeah, he's been awesome. I think what it's been really impressive with Adam is he's just been a sponge, seeing him, talking with the veterans, asking questions, leaning into guys. He's a great guy. Like, it's so fun to be around too. So we're excited for him to have this opportunity. The last game he played in, I believe, was Buffalo, Toronto, and I thought he played great. So we know that in any role he's going to step in right away. But we're excited about what his potential is for not only this year but the future.
Awesome. That's going to do it for us unless there's anything else from the group. Thanks for coming out to Nighthawks media availability today. Be sure to catch the Nighthawks against the Vancouver Warriors 10 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday at Rogers Arena.